This video is for the person who knows that they're overly ambitious. They know that they want to be somebody. They know that they want to become somebody one day. They know that they have big dreams and aspirations that are far from the norm, but they feel like they have no direction. They feel like they wasted so much time. They feel like they don't really know where they're going. They've lost track. They lost hope. They're starting to become undisciplined. This video is for you. You have the tools, you have the capacity, you have the current ability to make 2026 a life-changing year. There's nothing stopping you from that, except for yourself. I think oftentimes when people look at success or they look at other people, they think, oh, well, my time is coming. That's not true. You are in control of that. If you aren't doing the habits and the routines that get you to that goal, your time is not coming. You will not meet those goals. There's nobody coming to save you. There's nobody that is going to give you those things or do the things necessary to become the person who deserves those things. When it comes to becoming the person, that should be your main focus. It's not about the car. It's not about the house. It's not about any other big business or any type of crazy goal you have. It's genuinely being about the person, becoming the person that deserves those things. And what does that mean? I'm sure you've heard that before, but what does that genuinely mean? Okay, the person who has these things that you idolize, that person has habits and routines that they go about every single day that keeps things consistent. They genuinely wake up with a burning desire to achieve more in their life. They aren't saying, I want the next car, I want the next house. They're saying, I want to be better every single day. And you're like, okay, I feel that way too. Like that's me. I fit that identity. I fit that description. But my habits don't match that. Why? I genuinely feel like you need a deeper understanding of yourself. You need to know who you are, what causes you to be the way you are, and what you truly value in this life. Somebody who gives their all in whatever they do may be unbalanced in areas of their life, but they're going to beat everybody at what they do. And that's where you have to look at yourself and say, okay, do you want to be that person? And what is that risk for becoming that person? Because when you become that person, you make it undeniable that you're going to achieve that thing that you're chasing. Hopefully that's not a financial asset. Hopefully that's not a financial liability. And hopefully that's an actual character that you would like to become. But you have to assess the risk of knowing that, okay, if I go in and I give my all to this thing, some things are going to take a back seat in my life. You have to know yourself, know your values, know what you have to lose, and know if those things are worth risking to get to where you want to be. Because if it is not, you have to understand you are not going to win. It's very scary. It's very unrealistic to most people. And oftentimes when people go down that journey of pursuing something relentlessly every single day and giving their all to it, they expect people to understand. They expect people to support. And that's stupid. It's a completely foreign path, and it's becoming more normalized. But you have to understand your everyday person is not going to pursue the path that you're pursuing. Nobody understands the guy who's in the gym for 12 hours a day because he wants to make it to the league. Nobody understands that guy. That guy misses out on a lot. He's not there for every event. He's not there to do this. He's not there to do that. But he chooses this life because he has a bigger goal for himself set than the people who are doing those things. But you, as the person who's chasing your goals, chasing your dreams, you have to understand that you can't expect people to understand that. You can't hold them to that standard of like, man, why didn't you support me? Why aren't you understanding my dreams? You can't expect them to. And you're only causing yourself destruction. You're only causing yourself confusion and pain when you expect somebody to understand that about you. Simply understand that if you go down this road in 2026 and you want to become a better version of yourself and you want to dedicate your life to something, things are not going to be balanced. Balance is a facade. Balance is not the goal, genuinely. If balance is the goal, you are settling for mediocrity. You will be mediocre. If you're seeking balance, if balance is the goal, then you will be mediocre. I genuinely believe that. Because the guy who's giving it his all, he's giving it his full attention. He is not dividing anything. He is going all in on this thing, and he has everybody in his corner to support him to do it. He is going to beat you. And that is the reality of business. That is the reality of life and any goal you try to achieve. So in 2026, I genuinely think it's important for you to evaluate your life, evaluate who you genuinely are, Not the person you want to be, not the person that the people think you are, but who are you? When you look in the mirror, who do you think you are? Who do you see yourself as? And what are the things that you genuinely care about, that you are willing to sacrifice and that you aren't willing to sacrifice? And if those things don't align with your goals, you have some serious changes to make in 2026 before you can even think about getting to your goals. And the beautiful thing about chasing your goals is the actual development of yourself. A lot of people focus on the Lambo, they focus on the big mansion, they focus on the trips, the vacations. That's not it. That's not what does it. For me, what I've realized is the actual development of oneself is the most fulfilling thing ever. To see your growth, to have this undeniable proof of I am who I say I am. I am the person I wanted to be. I'm slowly becoming that person day in and day out. The person I wanted to be a year ago, I am that person. The person I want to be next year, now I have genuine proof that that thing is not out of reach because I have done the routine, I've done the habits, I've become the person I wanted to be. So now it's, okay, am I wanting to settle here, or do I continue to want to strive and want more for myself? And it's genuinely each and every day just deciding, okay, do you want more? And that's not a monetary thing. It's, do you want more out of this life? Are you willing to settle where you are? And are you comfortable there, and are you genuinely happy? If so, you won. You win. People, like I said, you expect people to understand. Some people are happy working a 9 to 5. I used to be the guy that would hate on somebody that works a 9 to 5. You know, they go and they have a boss, whatever, they clock in at 9 o'clock, leave at 5, and they want nothing more. If they are happy, they won. That is all that matters. If that is what makes them happy, if they don't want to go further in life and do things, that's okay. That's not what they envision for themselves. You know, a lot of times people talk down on those people, but really, like, if that's genuinely what they're happy with, then that's okay. But the problem is when people live that life and they're unhappy with it. They know they want more. And if that's you, 2026 is an amazing opportunity for you. And what I would recommend, in completely biased, is getting into marketing and sales. And that is exactly what this channel is going to be about. And I genuinely believe that is a massive thing for you. And I can prove it to you. If you just look around any space that you're in right now, I want you to find one single thing that you don't attribute to marketing and sales. Every single thing was marketed to you, or was sold to you, or to somebody you know. So this is more than a business, it's more of a life skill. It's a deeper understanding of the actual world and how things work. It's a very psychological industry, and understanding that what actually makes you're essentially tagging emotions. You're figuring out emotional triggers of people, which is a very interesting thing, and if you figure that out, can be a very lucrative thing. And this channel is going to go down the overall breakdown of how I've done that, how I continue to grow in that, the things that I continue to learn, the things that I have learned, the areas where I've fallen short. I want this channel to be fully transparent, authentic, and just real and uncut. So I figured the only way to start my first video off would be literally sitting down, raw, unscripted, fucking up every sentence, and just genuinely giving you genuine advice on how you can take over 2026, because I will be on that journey with you. I want you to know that I am nowhere near the person I want to be. I am nowhere near. I genuinely feel like I'm just getting started. I want you to understand it's just a simple mental structure of, like, this is what keeps me going, of, okay, I feel like I'm behind because I know that the person I want to be is not who I am now. So clearly I am behind. My time is not coming, once again, unless I do the things that are required to become that person. And once you have a clear breakdown of what those things are, it's all about accountability. Are you going to do what you know needs to be done today? And if you fall short of that, how are you going to respond to that? Is that going to follow you in? Is that going to go down into a pit of you never, getting back on track? Are you going to beat yourself up because you're human and you mess up one day? Or are you going to say, okay, I messed up. I realize this is part of the process of becoming the person I want to be because I am human. I am not perfect. I never will be. I messed up today. This is my motivation. I'm realizing that I'm now behind even further, and tomorrow I'm going to come back even stronger, and I'm going to win. when I started making this YouTube channel, I sat and I wanted to come up with a little saying of like, how would I describe what this channel is going to be? Or like a little slogan or something of that sort. And what I came up with was, don't chase greatness, corner it. And what that means is, when you're chasing something, let's say you're chasing something through a field, you have no direction, it's just going everywhere and you're just trying to follow it and figure out where it's going. You have no type of path, you have no type of direction. When you corner something, you know where you're taking it. You have a destination. And the cornering happens when the walls are all of the proof of all the things you've done, all the habits you've built, the person you've become, where greatness has nowhere to go but to you. Because you've done all the things to capture it. You have it backed into a corner, and now it is yours for the taking. And that's what happens when you dedicate your life to something. You have the ability to collect all this data about yourself, about what you're going after, and how to get to where it is you want to go. And that's what you have to fall in love with. You have to fall in love with that consistent journey of failure, of realizing I'm not there yet. No reason to beat myself up and, not be, happy with that. I find happiness in the pursuit of something because that's what I enjoy doing. It's not, I'm not there yet, so I'm unhappy. It's, I'm comfortable, never complacent. And this is not like as you can see by me messing up every sentence, I'm not some genius. I'm not some guru or something like that. I'm just someone who's went through this life, who enjoys living this life and continues to live this life, and I want to share my experiences of that. The one thing that helped me acquire this mindset of just relentless pursuit of what I'm going after is a great mentor of mine. When I first moved to Dallas, I met somebody who had far more money than me. We're talking multi-millionaire, and coming from a small town, that was the most amount of money I'd ever seen. So I wanted to figure out ways to learn from this person in any way possible. That was, through business, through personal relations. I wanted to understand this person in and out because that was my first understanding of, somewhat close to the person that I wanted to become in the future. He had some of the attributes of the person I wanted to become. Some that I really wasn't a fan of, but some that I was like, okay, if I can learn from this person, then this will completely change my learning curve. And I think that's another important thing of knowing that, if you can commit to something over a long enough time period, you're going to get it. But if you can be inspired, if you can learn from somebody, or they can give you the tools or the assets necessary to shorten that learning curve for you to get there faster, why not take advantage of that? And that's exactly what this person did for me. I understood that they had millions and millions and millions of dollars and they never had to work another day in their life. They were completely set. A lot of people don't have passive income. This person has an abundance of $1 million a month in passive income. And every day they worked. 7 days a week. 7 days a week. And keeping that person in my circle was one of the most motivating things in my life because any day where I would not feel like doing something or where I would only work a little bit, I would question myself and I would say, something is clearly wrong if the person who has more money than you, who has done more than you in life, and this is the person that you think that you can become, he's working every single day and you aren't. And you expect to get there? Now, some may find that unrealistic. Some may find that unhealthy. Some may say that that's not the life they're after. That's okay. I'm only proving the point of that is something that I wanted to achieve in my life in that current standpoint. And that is what inspired me and made me learn a lot faster. That is what made me commit myself even more. And if you can find that in your life, no matter what you're after, attach yourself to that in any way possible, whatever connection you can to get that type of inspiration because it sets off a genuine spark inside of you that is not tameable. It's a genuine spark that turns into wildfire over every avenue of your life because you start to learn more, you start to develop more, you start to become more. And at the end of the day, to me, that's what this is all about. So like I said, no matter what stage you're at, whether you're completely jobless, you're unemployed, whether you're, are trying to make that first 10K a month, your first 50K a month, whatever it is, this channel is going to go over a lot of mindset tactics that I've used, that I've seen, that I've learned, that I'm constantly learning. to do that, to get to those levels that I've achieved. Just being completely honest with you, like even with this YouTube channel, it was genuinely like, I don't want to do this. I don't. I don't want to put my business on the internet. I don't want to have to talk to a camera. I don't want to have to build an audience. I don't want to stray my focus away from actually building my business. But I know to become the person I want to be, this is highly beneficial to that. I think I have a great opportunity to inspire a lot of people, and that aligns with the person that I want to be. Once again, you have to understand that on this journey, there's going to be things where it's like, hey, I really don't want to do that. Is this the person that I want to be? Or am I going to take that next step to do the thing that I don't want to do to further get to the person I want to be? That's it.